How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Master Beer Reviews, back to yet another review. Not just a review, a little bit of showdown time in the form of Equilibrium Brewing. It is their For Science 2 versus 3. For Science, baby. That's what we're doing. We're doing this For Science with For Science. It's like an Inception kind of thing going on. A whole bunch of bits and pieces of stuff. But here we go. First things first. Equilibrium. Awesome brewery as far as the hops go. As far as the sours go. And they start to bring their malt program forward. That probably will be pretty badass as well. Super cool dudes, too. They do their releases at the brewery. And it's kind of... it's a party, but it's not like crazy, like, let's get shitty and go apeshit kind of party. It's just kind of having a good time. A bunch of good people. I actually went up there for my podcast, Beer Massive. I went up there and actually interviewed all the guys, Pete, Will, and Ricardo up there. The cogs that make Equilibrium move. And went up there with the crew and kind of did an interview and had a blast. And came back with these, and I figured, you know, they're kind of a play off each other, so you got to do them side by side. Because that's what... For Science, son. So yeah, what do we have here? We have the 2, like I said, and a 3. It's a 6.5% alcohol by volume IPA. Now, what's the shtick here? This is 2. This is brewed with 50%, same malt bill, same yeast, yada yada, same water, everything. The only difference is 50% Citra and 50% a mystery hop. This one is all the mystery hop. It's a hop they haven't used before, but they had a contest going actually at the brewery, and they're like, okay, we'll drink them side by side and guess, and whoever can kind of get closest to the tasting notes that we have, we'll kind of give you guys a free beer or something like that. That's probably long past. I've been ignoring their social media, so I actually don't know what's going on in these, because it's all For Science. As far as what it says on the cans, they're basically exactly the same thing, except for the 2 and the 3 at the end. For Science, Beer Research IPA, 6.5% alcohol by volume. Done and done. So yeah, let's crack into these suckers. See what they got. Do the classic double pour here. Hopefully I don't... Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So let's see what we have going on here. There you go. It's about as good as you're ever going to get it right there. Had to be all silent and shit. Like I can't even talk while I'm doing it. I'm concentrating so hard. Anyway, what do we have? Looks a little bit creamier over here. Actually looks like a little bit darker of a head, to be perfectly honest with you. Might be getting a little bit more light on this side, but I doubt it. So, yeah, a little tiny bit darker head. Just a skosh darker body, this one too. They look very similar, but beyond that, as far as density of the head to kind of the murkiness of the beer itself. Very similar. But like I said, just a little bit darker over here. Even pulling it away from those lights, super readily apparent. You know what I mean? That you're getting just a bit darker head, bit darker body off of this one than you are this one. So yeah, give it a swirl. They kind of even out though, so it could just be, you know, just a matter of how the head initially formed. Yeah, they're much, much closer now, so not much difference. Get a nose on this one. Yeah, you're getting that nice, fruity, almost like slightly kind of confectionery candy, kind of chewy, kind of gumminess, citrusness out of it. Kind of like, not necessarily like an orange ring kind of thing, but somewhere between a real orange and an orange ring kind of vibe. But there's a rich, dark dankness in there. It's like really murky, really deep. It's not super biting. It's kind of rounded, but it's got this kind of depth to it. And it's sweet. You know, it's a big, you know, kind of hazy New England style IPA. So, you know, a lot of times I won't mention that sweetness because it's kind of given. It's like, you know, the shortest sentence in the world is hey or you or what is it, stop or something like that, because the other words are implied. Am I making sense? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So yeah, just getting a rich kind of citrusness off of it. It comes off slightly kind of confectionery candy, but nothing too overly sweet, even though it is sweet as far as this one goes. Yeah, you're dropping out that candy kind of citrus thing. And just left with this kind of sweetened pininess. Sweet, and it's not like a like a sappy dankiness. It's almost like a candied, subtly candied kind of, I don't even want to say pininess. I don't want to say mintiness either. If somewhere between like pine needles and spearmint had a baby, somewhere in between there. A little bit of like bittering dankness, but it's really that kind of really soft kind of, yeah, it's like a slight minty dankness to it. I don't want to use minty. I'm not landing the note that I want to actually drop on it. But yeah, you can actually smell quite a bit of difference between the two. That kind of orange confectionery thing is totally missing from this one over here. But they both smell fun. So, for science, baby. Cheers. See, that's not super sweet. I thought it was going to be a little bit sweeter, but it's not. Get a nice kind of nutty kind of maltiness off of it, too. The hops are leading the way here, along with the super soft water nerdy thing that Equilibrium does so well. Chuggable, drinkable. The fruitiness comes off not close to that kind of sweet and candy confectionery thing. Comes off way more real. You get a nice kind of pop of that kind of bitterness. It's not super like long lasting, but you get a nice pop to kind of balance off that kind of sweetness. No, that's tasty. It has just a nice, perfect balance between that soft, super soft, creamy mouthfeel, that sweetness, which is almost perfectly on par with that bitterness. But they're all very rounded. Everything's rounded about it. The way the kind of fruit, the hops come off on both bitter and kind of fruit side of things, along with that water. Super rounded, super tasty, super chuggable. Number 3, baby. Cheers. Yeah. There's more of like a green grassiness. And that's where I'm going with this. I was kind of like that spearminty thing. No, it's like a really robust, fresh green grass. That's what I'm getting off this one. There's like underlying notes of kind of soft kind of fruit and citrus and all that yada 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 stuff. But as far as the main difference here, it's that kind of soft grassiness. Just as creamy. Just as drinkable. You just kind of very subtle differences, but markedly different beers. There, you know, I think that this being 100% whatever hop this is, it kind of softens the transition between the two. The Citra definitely plays up here in a more fruited kind of forward fashion. But the hop they're talking, I don't even know what it is. It's soft greeniness. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. I'm not a hop guesser. That's not what I do. But yeah, it's a nice soft kind of greeniness and a little bit more bittering coming through. The more sips I take, they're super, super drinkable. I mean, 6.5%. They're drinking. I'll have no problems finishing both of these cans. And yeah. Super easy, super drinkable, super chuggable, different, still fun. So that's all I got, I think. Once you do side by side, so much kind of start to wash together. So anyway, let's talk about it. Are these two of the best IPAs or better IPAs that I've had as of late? They're definitely in the conversation. Not my favorite in the world. There's ones that I do like better that come off a bit just subtly different with the green thing and the water nerd thing. All works for me. So it's kind of like, you know, just a washed with riches here. Like this is like markedly better than a lot of the other things that I've had from a lot of different areas. So for me, these are absolutely fucking fantastic. Value and availability. I forget what they charge for these. I don't know, 16 bucks maybe for a 4-pack. I could be wrong. Right around there, give or take. It's, you know, market value nowadays. You wish it was cheaper, but whatever. Brewery only? Not really, though. I mean, they last over a day, but these do kind of fly out into the world at little spots here and there. So it's not like they get massive distribution, but you can find them outside of equilibrium, especially in the keg form, and leave you with, if you like what, well, you like these. If you like that super water nerd thing I talk about all the time, if you like a very just gentle, rounded, kind of drinkable IPA that's not too in your face and not trying to show off too much, because that's kind of where these land. It's a lot of the beers at equilibrium does land. There's that water nerd thing I love so much, and combined with just a readily drinkable, chuggable beer, they pretty much just hit that on the nose almost every single time. So if you like those kind of things about beers, you'll like these kind of things about these beers. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little side-by-side jam as much as I did. Down there, words and stuff. If you have any questions. Social media, Massive Beers. Type that in the old Googs and find me. Flip the script, Beer Massive, M-A-S-S-I-F. Type that in the Googs. Find the podcasting stuff I do, whether it be your favorite podcasting app or SoundCloud or whatever it may be. BeerMassive.com. Go check it out. Brewer reviews, podcast episodes, all that stuff. Tons of old content. Tons of new content. Fun and fun. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice little side-by-side right now. And hope to see you next time. Cheers.